Sergio,
Sorry.
you've got quite the background though in the gig economy. You started in rideshare, and over the past, what is it, 6 months or so, you've slowly
Year,
transitioned. Okay,
year
over
since,
the last.
yes, almost 10 months, yeah.
Okay, so you started doing delivery as well as rideshare now. So we want to have a conversation with you
Sure.
about rideshare versus delivery.
Yeah. I think I'm dumb enough to, well, I'm brave enough to admit that I was dumb not to do deliveries during the pandemic. I probably would have made
Mm-hmm.
like 3K a week.
Uh-huh.
But then I was like, why am I even going to get sick or whatever? But I was stupid. I should have done it. Although I call myself an expert in rideshare, right? I mean, as a channel, we've evolved and pivoted ourselves, right? During
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic, rideshare died, obviously. So, as rideshare guy, it's still called the rideshare guy, but they pivoted too, started doing a lot more content and articles on last mile delivery. So I said, well, this looks like kind of cool. I'm watching you kids, your own individual YouTube channels, and before you guys joined RSG, I go, this looks like fun. This looks like easier than rideshare. I don't have to deal with, humans, and food is not going to throw up in my car, and ask for an aux cord as soon as they walk in, and they're not going to yell at me and turn the air on or this off, then whatever. Worst thing is I'm gonna spill the damn thing and end up eating it. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. So I started doing it like last July, August, and I actually loved it. I really did. Actually, like after each live stream, I go out and do deliveries for a couple hours. That's my relaxation. It's
So I
just
actually
I don't
remember
want to do.
that
Yeah.
when Sergio and I first started talking, he would give me a call and he'd be on our Bluetooth or something like that, and he'd be out picking up orders while we were chatting on the phone.
Yeah.
So this is a man who is truly dedicated to practicing what he preaches.
Damn right.
So
You
So
gotta
which
get your hands dirty, man. You
so which
know?
one now do you like better? Do you like food delivery or do you like
Okay.
rideshare delivery?
If I want to really work, right? I would do rideshare, but no dummy here. I know my costs really well. And in rideshare, you're going to drive a ton more miles. Your cash flow is going to be most likely higher, okay, per online hour, because rideshare is one after the other. You can work literally nonstop for hours and hours without, taking a piss break. On the food delivery side, I learned quite fast that if I applied the same strategies I always applied in rideshare, so I applied the three P's on rideshare. The three P's are position, patience, obviously. Second P is position, and third P is planning. So I learned pretty fast what to do when it comes to deliveries, but I added a fourth P now, which is called profitability. In rideshare, profitability is really not that good anymore, just for the fact that the rates are garbage mostly, and you drive a lot more miles, and you have more risks, right? So, I mean, I do a mixture now, but I try to do more deliveries, and I learned my market really well, like from you guys, obviously. I took all your advice, but then we also have something called Prop 22 in California, which makes me park a mile away and walk slowly to the restaurant to burn the Prop 22 clock. So look, you learn all the tricks and tips, but I actually enjoy delivery more these days than rideshare, because rideshare under upfront fares has become a joke now. Really, like I think my acceptance rate on rideshare is like 7%, and on food delivery, I think it's like in the 30s, which is pretty high. So yeah, I still like both, but the reason I do it is because I want to experience it at first hand. So if I'm writing an article, like I wrote an article yesterday, got a really good push about the new Quest that they're offering. Well, I do it, and then I can speak from firsthand experience, right, as opposed to some cut and paste stuff. So that's why I do it, but I enjoy doing it. I mean, I enjoy doing both, but at the moment, delivery is definitely my favorite.
okay, so who would you suggest do rideshare versus delivery if somebody's wanting to get into gig work just kind of on their own schedule? What questions would you ask that person to determine where you're going to point them?
Right. So when it comes to flexibility and freedom, that look, I think rideshare, literally 24 hours a day, there will be demand for rideshare in a big city like LA or New York or Atlanta or DC or Miami, whatever. So you can turn your app on at 2 in the morning. You can, pretty much get a trip. In food delivery, you're more condensed, in that period of lunch rush hour and dinner rush hour, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can turn your app on at 3 in the afternoon and try to do food delivery. I mean, you may get a couple orders, three door trash orders, and it's not going to work. So to me, the most important thing is make the most amount of money in the shortest period of time. That's my goal.
So we're coming
Now,
up to
you know,
a period where in food delivery we have what's known as the summer slowdown, and most markets are affected by it. Is that the same with rideshare, or is it the opposite effect?
the opposite, actually. The opposite.
Okay.
Rideshare doesn't have too much of a seasonality except the first quarter, maybe, when kids go on spring break and whatever. But summer is very strong for rideshare, especially a place like LA where tourism is pretty strong. Weather is great, right? And I'm expecting to do more rideshare now in summer than food delivery because why would you order food out when the weather is 80 at the beach? I'll go eat at the beach as opposed to ordering food from the beach. So I'm going like, no, I'm pretty sure it's going to slow down, and I'll do more rideshare. And people go out more, right? It'll be surging more, and promotions may be higher on rideshare. But you guys always say this, and I agree. Multi-apping is the key, right? I mean, we have the multi-apping queen over here, so I don't have that many apps. Although I just got on Spark, Kim.
I was going to ask you that. Like, did you get on Spark yet?
Yeah, you know how I got on Spark though? Because I had the Walmart guy at the Herbivore, and I gave the guy my card. I go, man, I want to get on. Let's go, right? And then like 2 days ago, I got a call from Spark saying that, well, your insurance card is missing. I go, everything is missing. I go, what insurance card? You guys have no idea.
The fact
that he got me on.
The fact that you
I
got
had
a
Walmart
phone
3
call
miles from me. I'm going to do some Spark orders.
The fact that you got a phone call from them is testament to the fact that you knew someone.
Well,
because DDI does not screw around. You can't get anybody to answer the phone if there's a problem, man. So the fact that they called you is a miracle in and of itself.
Yeah, they did. I have the message on my phone, but we have some pull. I mean, we're RSG. Come on, people. Yeah. Because if they don't do it, I'm gonna write some crap about it. So no, I mean they don't. And then I got on Grubhub because the Grubhub LA manager was at Herbivore, and I said, hey man, put me on. And by the time we went to the bar for the late night drinks, I was already on Grubhub. So the only one missing is Tony Zhu. Hey Tony, let's go, bro. I don't want to do it on my fake account, so I just give me an account so we can do this thing.
Yeah, careful what you ask for.
Now, see, I can't say that. Get on to Doordash.
Well, you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
Matter of fact, we're going to look at some examples here a little bit later on why Kim is incorrect. So,
whatever.
So, Sergio,
yeah.
When you go out, do you know beforehand if you're going to be doing rideshare or if it's going to be delivery?
Yes.
Okay.
I have that set in my mind. Like if I'm going to do rideshare, I don't want to do rideshare in where I live, which is the San Fernando Valley, which is like 30 miles outside LA. I mean, rideshare is still okay, but it doesn't surge. The patterns are not there. So if I'm going to do rideshare, right, I will catch a scheduled trip on Lyft or Uber going towards LAX. And then from there, I work myself towards Santa Monica and Hollywood, right? But in my neighborhood, what I figured out is actually perfect for deliveries. Perfect. It's upper white middle class neighborhood. They're all 85, 90% are single family homes. So parking is no problem, going to their homes. I mean, I still get caught once in a while when the Uber app glitches and I can't zoom out and see if this is an apartment or not, But once in a while, apartments come into play. But yeah, I definitely know what I'm going to do before I do it. That's the third P, the planning part. I plan it. And the other thing I've done with deliveries is when I started picking out food, I think I've done maybe close to 1,300 now deliveries. And even from the first week on, I went to each restaurant, introduced myself, gave him my card. And I said, I'm going to be doing deliveries, but I write for this people, and this is who I am. Not to anything else, but I spoke to each single manager, and I asked them, Like, let me know when you're running specials as far as deliveries is concerned from your restaurant, because that's the day I'm going to come park in front of your restaurant because food's going to be flying out of here. You know what I mean? And then it works. It really does. Or I will get on my Uber Eats app as a passenger, and we'll see who has the specials, like 49-cent delivery specials.
Yep.
Because I picked myself like these 4, I call it power strips, which is a cluster of 10, 12 restaurants, some high end, some middle end, some low end. And I just want to play that game. I don't want to move anywhere outside 6 miles of my house. I just want to play that game, triangulate everything, and hit it hard. So there you go.
So somebody wants to know, what apps do you currently have in your arsenal of apps?
I have Uber, obviously, Uber Eats, and Lyft. Those are my first 2. First, I was on Uber. I've been on since 2015 on Uber, 2016 on Lyft. Then it was it until this, this rush of, I don't know, the pandemic happened, and I didn't even think about it. I could do Uber Eats or get on Doordash, but forget that. But since I started doing deliveries, I got on Spark just now, Grubhub. I'm on Roadie. I'm on because Roadie is like putting out some crazy offers, but I can't catch them in time. I wish there was like an app like Sketty that I can catch, those good offers before anybody grabs it. But I'm on that. So what else? I'm not on Doordash. That's the only one I'm not on, which is horrible. Tony Zoo. Come on. I'm on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So are you on a wait list for DoorDash?
Yeah. The proverbial. I was on a wait list on Grubhub until I met the guy. I gave him the guy. I go, hey man, what's going on? Within half hour, I was on the system.
Nice.
I'm like, I'm sure Harry has some deal with Tony. Come on, get me on, bro. I want to see how horrible this DoorDash app is.
Now, I've heard it said that Uber treats their rideshare drivers as poorly as DoorDash treats their drivers. Would you say that that's an accurate statement, or not so much?
Yeah, it's accurate in the gig world, man. Every app treats their drivers like crap. Doesn't matter what app you're on. Is there one app that drivers are happy with? Honestly, there's always something to complain about.
Probably not. I mean, maybe Spark was okay for most drivers for the first year or so, but then you're starting to hear a lot of complaints about it now too.
I'm going to find out. Out when I do Spark.
So you haven't started, because that was the next question. I was going to say, have you done Spark yet?
No, not yet. I just got on. I just uploaded all my stuff, and I'm going to go, see what's available.
So
I forgot. I'm also on Amazon Flex. I forgot. I don't do the delivery part, but I do. There's a Whole Foods and Amazon Fresh near my house. I do some food deliveries. Those are some good batches if you can grab them. So Gary Middleton, if you're watching, create an app to grab these good batches from like Whole Foods or Amazon Fresh. Those people tip well, bro, because they're hungry. They're taking them their food, it's good.
Hey, thanks for checking out that clip from our show, Money Hungry, hosted by me and Kimside Money Plans, right here on the RideShare Guy, live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you enjoyed that video, check out the full episode by clicking here, or you could check out this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the RideShare Guy and turn on all notifications. We'll see you Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for Money Hungry.